Hello, welcome back. This is episode 2 of the home buying process. I'm so excited you're here. If you know anybody looking to buy a home, go ahead and send them this video. I'd love to chat. Episode 1 was about the buyer's consultation. Episode 2 right now is about pre-approval process. So I personally don't get super involved with the pre-approval process only because that is not my specialty. There are lenders that I love and trust and will refer you to, and I know they know their stuff. I buy and sell houses. I don't do the lending piece of it, so I want to make sure that you're in good hands, so I'll shoot you over to them. But what I want to make sure of is you've got your pre-approval first. So there's a couple of reasons for that. Some people don't understand their credit scores. So they don't understand what a good credit score is, a bad credit score is. They don't understand DTI, which is debt to income ratio. And they don't understand kind of how all of that affects their pre-approval. So I don't want to go out showing houses to somebody, and I don't want you guys to go out looking at houses with me, not knowing whether or not you can even buy a house. There are some people that have excellent credit, but their debt to income might be a little too high. And so the banks don't necessarily want to take a risk on them and let them purchase a house. So, we might go look at 2 or 3 houses, and then all of a sudden a lender calls me and they're like, hey, some bad news. They can't buy a house right now because, they owe too much money on this credit card, or they just bought a car or something like that. So always get pre-approval for that reason. But number 2, which I've seen happen a couple of times, and it's kind of sad, and I always feel bad for my clients, but again, this is why we always get the pre-approval first, and that's if we're out looking at $400,000 homes or $300,000 homes, and you guys found one that you absolutely love, you're like, okay, let's, we can get a pre-approval really quick and easy, let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll put an offer in on it. Well, that lender might come back and say, hey, unfortunately, they can only afford $200,000 or $250,000 house. So we've been looking at this $400,000 house that might be like the perfect fit for you guys. Every single thing you guys have ever wanted in a house. We checked off all your wants and a couple of your needs, or all your needs, a couple of your wants. There's nothing wrong with this house. You're in love with it. And guess what? We can't offer on it because you can't afford that. Heartbreaking to say the least. So I want to make sure that we are looking at houses that you are pre-approved for price range wise. Okay, so let's start there. Also with the pre-approval process and reasons I don't get super involved with them, I can talk in a roundabout way about the different programs that are offered. There's a lot of first-time homebuyer programs if you qualify. There's the VA loan, there's FHA and conventional loans that we can kind of go in depth and talk about, which there's programs all around. It depending on the area that you're wanting to be in, all that stuff. So we can kind of do an overarching talk about that. But I really like to send you to the lender because they're really focused and deal with that stuff every single day, all day. So I want to make sure that they can walk you through it. So that's episode 2. I'm talking a little bit quick, so I want to make sure we get it all in just a few minutes. So episode 2, pre-approvals. Come back next time for episode 3.